Hello, everyone. How are you? I thought I'd get online here and talk about the Brantford statistics for the month of May, the numbers that have come out. And if you have any thoughts or you want to share any comments, please feel free to link below. I'm going to share the screen here and take a look at a couple of things we've got going on here. The statistics being the first to report on. So here's for May 2023. Important thing to point out here is the 2 months of inventory. We're still really low with the inventory. I think that's probably the most important number on this page here. We've got an average of 21 days on market, so things are moving pretty quick. If your property's for sale longer than that, you might want to rethink your strategy in terms of marketing and pricing, presentation. But last month we had 234 sales. We've got an average price point here of about 800,000, which is last year was around 750 for this time. Brant County was about 963. And they get into a bit more detail here as well in terms of the numbers of sales and so on and the inventory. But I think that months of inventory number is really very telling. And then it breaks it down by ward as well. These numbers are too small to see here, but they are available in the link in the newsletter, which I'll add below. And so you can kind of see the detail here for Ward 1, 793, 635 for Ward 2, 720 for Ward 3, getting into Ward 4, 708, Ward 5, 530. So there is a bit of a difference there depending on what ward you're in. In the newsletter, there's also a breakdown of which ward is a part of each section, so you can determine what area that you would be in, or simply write to me, and we'll send you the details for your area and figure that out for you. And then this breaks it down by the Brant County wards as well. And if you're in an area outside of Brant or Brant County, let me know. We can also find you the numbers for that. Now, when we take a look here at the news, this is the newsletter itself, but we'll just scroll down here and see what else is in here. We've got a link to the properties that have just listed. This is the ward breakdown and the county of Brant, how that's broken down. And it's easier to see on the link on the blog page than it is here in the video. We've got a link for the open houses and a bit of an article here on, what is the right time to sell, essentially when you're ready to make a move. Is kind of the long and the short of it there. We've got a market watch stats for this area for the last 7 days. You can see we've got a lot of new activity. It's a time of year where we're quite busy. The current interest rates, we're back to about almost 7% for the prime right now. If you want to start searching, you can search online 24/7 for any of the areas here in Ontario. Southwestern Ontario, for the most part, will be in there. And then the news, let's just have a look at what hit the news. So there's quite a lot of it. As I scroll through here, you can see more than we're going to be able to highlight and more than there was this week, obviously, but I tried to, believe it or not, trim it down and bring that back to a small amount, but clearly there's a lot happening. So let's just see. First of all, Bank of Canada rose the rate 4.75, which is unexpected, apparently. We were kind of thinking they were on pause a bit, but those rates are still climbing, which puts our prime at 6.95. And 45% of mortgage holders and 54% of renters are struggling right now with their monthly housing payments. Most Canadians are waiting for the rates to drop. They think that that's going to make a difference, but it is all relative. And so what happens is pricing has an inverse relationship with interest rates. And it ends up being that at the end of the day, it all becomes relative. And in my opinion, you're better off in the market than out of it. There's really never a bad time to buy, and you can't really time the market, but that's just kind of what I think of it. Now we've got here the ticking time bomb they're talking about with the variable rate fixed payment mortgages. If you're in a variable rate mortgage, the long and the short of it is that some people are running out of amortization time and their payments are going to be increasing. We've got some sellers coming out, but we still have a serious imbalance in inventory in general across the country. Our prices and low inventory are holding the sellers back because when you don't have anywhere to go or you don't want to get into a bidding war, people oftentimes just stay put. And if they paid more last year, then they can sell the property for this year, for instance, or they're into a mortgage where the interest rate is quite a bit lower than what they would be locking in, say they're in at 1.75. There was a time there not too long ago where you could get those rates, but now not the case. Now it's closer to 6, something like this. So, and with this latest increase now, maybe a bit up above 6 even. So that's holding people back. This article here talks about what $1 million can buy you in Canada. And insurance is becoming a bit more complicated because of climate. So those are sort of the items that I thought were a bit more relevant for the news this week. And so if you do have any questions or about mortgages or real estate in general, we'd be happy to answer any questions you may have. So feel free to reach out and I'll look forward to connecting with you. Have a great rest of your weekend. I'll talk to you again soon.